Welcome to Striving Artist. I'm your host, Arlene, and we are here in Clarkson, Mississauga at Cynthia Summers Photography Studio. Thanks for being with us, Cynthia.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited because this studio, we did some experimental photos in the summer, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm excited to chat with you about your journey to becoming a full-time photographer. But can you take us through how you became full-time? What did you do before? How you transitioned to having this as your career?
Sure. I started out in photography when it was film, actually, and so that was a while ago. And when it went digital, I found it a little bit too expensive to keep going. I picked up a part-time job. I was also still assisting other photographers during the day. But then at night I would work at the bar trying to make ends meet to get a little cash. After a time, I found I was making more money at the bar than I was in the day. And digital was still so expensive to purchase. For what you have in your phone now, we were spending thousands of dollars to get that many megapixels. So, so I ended up just doing the bar more and more instead of doing photography. And after a while, I had my daughter. I found it too hard to bartend anymore. It's kind of a job for people that don't have to be up again at 6 in the morning, right? So my husband suggested I come and help him here with his business. So I learned how to do his books, but I was miserable. I had stopped shooting. During the time I had kept shooting, but once I started working for him, I was not shooting at all.
Right.
I didn't have any time to shoot, and I got miserable. And it's very hard to work with your husband sometimes. So we ended up separating, my husband and I. As soon as we separated, we both realized that we weren't happy, partially because I wasn't doing what I like. So he took his space and made this space for me.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty wonderful. And we got back together after our separation and it's been wonderful. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's such a like a rom-com. Well, maybe not a comedy, but a romantic story. I think because a lot of people go through life not realizing what they really desire to do with their talents. Right? You know, so with that break that you had, were you thinking about photography, or were you just so wrapped up in like making ends meet? Or
yeah, at the time I was really, before when we were separated, I was just trying to make ends meet. Right. I really was. But when I saw that he still believed in my abilities, it really helped. And then having the space, I thought, oh, it's good. When you don't have your own space to shoot, you're at everybody else's mercy. If you go to their house to shoot, or you're at your house to shoot it, But when you have this kind of space, you can create whatever you want. So it was really, beneficial.
That's a good lesson because a lot of artists, in the beginning, we're trying to figure out exactly what we are creating. But when we have our own space, like even if it's a little place in our apartment or house where we designate to have like, this is my creative place, I think that'll help a lot of creatives to continue.
Exactly.
Like someone who practices piano, like they're in this designated spot, or like for you, your husband gave you this beautiful studio, which you have to visit in Clarkson, Mississauga. With that, like, do you find that it's very important to have someone, not only ourselves, because to help us build up our love for what we're doing, but do you find that it's important to have someone that is close to you to help build you up as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think because you're going to get down, right? I mean, there's going to be days where you think the phone isn't ringing,
right,
and you'll see other artists and they seem to be really thriving, and so then you think, okay, what's going on? But I have a lot of really positive people around me in my life that will push me back up. And I have what I didn't realize that I have, and until recently was a strong network of women on my mother's side of the family that are, they're wonderful. They push me whenever I need pushing. They comfort, they support. They're tough. They're really tough women, and it's wonderful because they're role models for me sometimes too.
So they've got that tough love.
They do, and they show you, that they don't let life put them down. We're all going to get in ruts where there's going to be valleys all the time, but just keep going and find people that will help push you past that. That part.
That's cool. Yeah. That's great that you had that. Like, it's a support system almost.
It is.
I think a lot of people out there might not have that. So and past interviews that I've had, it's like finding those people that are like-minded, that will, boost each other up, kind of thing. And you spoke about your daughter. Me as a woman, I'm usually always interested in how artists are able to have a family as well. How do you balance your family life and your creative life?
There are days, right, where it's complete chaos and you don't know which way you're going. And maybe it's because I had my daughter later in life too, that I recognize moments when I need to just be there for her. I don't know if I had her younger, if I would have recognized those moments. I think especially in today's age where, I could be on the computer till 11 o'clock every night working at marketing myself or whatever else I have to do. But there are moments, last night in fact, actually, I said to her, let's just put everything aside and spend some time. And we tried to find a Christmas movie that we would both like to watch together.
Nice.
And you have to consciously make that choice,
right,
to spend time with them. And otherwise, I do have a good support network. I have my mother. She's a bit older, but she's able to still watch my daughter from time to time. I actually think she may have watched her the day that I was photographing you. I'm trying to remember now, but she's able to help. My husband too, because we both own our own businesses, so we're able to spell each other off when we have to, which is good. But I think, recognizing that there is a time to work and there's a time where you just actually need to dedicate it to your child or your family.
For sure. And even if you don't have a family, I think it's important for ourselves to give that time for ourselves.
Right.
Do you agree? It's like downtime pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, downtime, you can't underestimate the value of downtime, right?
I'm curious, because you're very busy, you have a lot of clients. Just before we wrap up, I want to find out how you gathered all of your work. Was it through word of mouth, advertising?
Clients? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done, there isn't anything I haven't tried, actually. I've done flyers, I've done ads, but I think the most important thing is word of mouth. Once I get a client, they realize that I'm gonna go the full distance with them. I'm not gonna stop unless they're happy with their image, because if they're not happy, then I'm not gonna be happy with their image either. So, and I think that translates with other people and resonates with people, that they get it. And so then mostly it's word of mouth at this point.
It's interesting to know that because there's so much social media out there, a lot of Facebook ads and Instagram ads, but it still comes down to word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Yeah. I do that stuff still.
Right.
I like to be present, and I like seeing. I'm on Instagram all the time. I also am looking. I'm always learning, right? I see other artists. I see what they're doing. Maybe I'll even try it, or maybe it's a technique I forgot about too. And then I think, I want to try that. Actually, when we did one of your shots, it was something that I hadn't tried since college, mixing gels on lights and such. So it was the idea I'd seen somewhere on social media. So yeah.
Excellent. Now I just want to find out, as a woman in your own business, you're constantly working. It's not 9 to 5. It's pretty much 24/7. Whenever you take that downtime that we chatted about, this is a question that I'm wondering for myself, maybe people out there too. When you have that time to take for yourself, do you ever feel bad that you're not doing your business?
I have had those moments where I felt badly, but I think that's the other nice thing about getting older is I get it. It's okay. I don't have to feel guilty that I'm not working on something, and it's okay to take time for yourself.
It's almost a reset button, like.
Right?
And I think a lot of people will just work, and then they'll forget to just relax and reset. Because a lot of the things, like if you think about it, your phone or your computer, it like goes crazy.
I think I heard mine dinging a minute ago. Actually. Yeah.
In order for it to, get back to where it was, we have to turn it off. So I think like that's a great lesson for creatives out there, is to just remember it's okay to reset.
It's okay.
So I want to find out more about like your experience in photography. Like, who have you been fortunate to shoot? Not like take photos of.
Shooting's fine. Yeah.
Take photos of events that you've been at, things that kind of pop out of in your mind that you're very proud of.
That I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Well, shooting the TEDx event was fun because I got to meet you. And a lot of other great people. That was interesting to shoot.
Right.
But I'm trying to think of the thing I like most to shoot always is my daughter.
Aww.
I know that sounds kind of corny, but my most favorite photographs end up being of her, and not what you'd think as a mom, not when she's looking cute, but I guess because I know her face so well, I know exactly how to light and exactly what angle I want her at in order to get the shot I want. But yeah, she's one of my favorites. But Arlene, I like skin. I know that sounds a little weird. Yeah. I like the different colors of skin. I like the different textures of skin. I like wrinkles. I like it all. And so I love photographing faces.
Cool.
I love looking at people. I love seeing where their wrinkles are. I love seeing, what they want too in a photo is also important. But if I get my way and I just get to do what I want, it won't always be so flattering.
Right.
But it will be interesting.
Wow. That is really unique. Because wrinkles do tell a story anyway. Right? Like in laugh lines, like you could tell if they've laughed a lot.
Like yours.
Yeah. So what do you see in the future for yourself? Do you think you might be traveling for photography? Are you staying here?
I think as long as I'm shooting portraits, I'm happy. I do shoot product as well. I don't quite enjoy it as much.
They don't have any wrinkles.
They don't have any wrinkles. But they also don't talk back.
That's
so
true.
There's that. I just want to keep learning. And I think that's the nice thing about social media and the internet. There's so much at our fingertips to help us keep learning. Sure. And as much as I learned at college about lighting and as much as I've learned assisting and doing this about photography, there's always so much more to learn. Right. And there's always new technology coming out too, which makes it wonderful. So I think as long as I'm willing to continue pushing myself past my comfort zone, then I'll be happy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it scare you when you do that, or are you more excited?
I'm scared. I'm often scared about that, but I love when I get to, let's say I get to a location and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's no light, the ceilings are too high, how am I gonna do this? I can't bounce, I can't. And then I solve the problem and I come up with something that's not just reasonable, but good. It's exciting, right?
That's really cool. It sounds like you're so knowledgeable about your instruments, your cameras, everything, that you're able to kind of MacGyver your way through things.
I try. I mean, we're always learning, right? Yeah. I had a really good foundation of education at Sheridan. I had some great instructors that pushed lighting, right. And that's what photography is all about. So I'm always thinking about lighting.
Cool.
I was thinking about it in here too, but
yeah. No, this is like Filbert was saying, we want it raw.
Yeah.
Your studio. So just to wrap up, can you just Do you have any tips or any last minute things you want to tell our creative audience out there? You know, if someone's trying to figure out like, should I really dive into like, you know, doing visual art or like filmmaking or something that helped you get to
where I am? Yeah.
Any last minute tips?
If you are thinking about it, then by all means find out as much as you can about it and then do it. And don't stop doing it, because there'll be a lot of times that you really feel like you want to stop doing it.
Yeah.
You just feel like the world is ganging up on you. But just dig deep. Take that as your mental health day.
Nice.
And watch a good movie and then get up the next morning and start fresh.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This was wonderful. We had a great time here at Cynthia Summers Photography Studio in Clarkson, Mississauga. And we hope that you guys stick around because I've got a special treat for you. See you soon.